Respected Chairperson, Secretary and Secretary General of World Forum of Fisheries People, Honorable Leader of the Communist Party of India, Sridharam Yechury, Honorable Minister Merciguti Amma. I have no idea who are the other people on the stage because I just came in late just now and I have not given a list of people. So all the distinguished persons on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. As the Minister for Tourism, India, of the country, I have great pleasure to welcome you to India. This country is an amazing country. It's a 5,000-year-old civilization. It's a very exciting country, so have a wonderful time. Don't stay in Delhi after the conference. It's a little polluted this time of the year because of the stubble burning of the paddy and wheat residues in the neighboring states by the farmers. So travel outside Delhi, have a wonderful time. It's an incredible country which needs to be discovered. Have a wonderful time here. Well, I'm very happy to be here. Where's the music coming from? I hear some music coming. Can you stop that? Thank you. I'm extremely happy to be here. I'm a new politician. I've been a bureaucrat most of my life. I spent 27 years as a secretary to the government of the state and India. I worked various capacities, including in Delhi as Commissioner, Delhi Development Authority, and I joined politics only in 2006 as a member of the Kerala Assembly, and I've just become a minister 2 months back. So I'm very happy to be here in this audience where we are talking about deprived people. And I don't understand why you have these VIP stickers out here. If you're talking about fishermen, I don't understand why we need these VIP stickers here. To me, the biggest VIPs today should be the fishermen, yes or no? Why should the politician get a VIP sticker here? I hate this kind of a culture in which ordinary people are nobody and only the politicians and the big-time bureaucrats, fat bureaucrats, get VIP treatment out here in the front row. In fact, the poorest fisherman should have been made to sit here in the front row and he should have been the VIP today, isn't it? Yes or no? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do not know too much about fisheries or fishermen. I never worked in the fisheries sector. I basically worked in the education sector, Secretary Education, Principal Secretary Education. In Delhi, I worked as a law enforcer, as Commissioner of Delhi Development Authority. I worked in the Lands Department as Land Revenue Commissioner. So I'm fairly ignorant about the fishery sector. But let me tell you that all my life, I've been concerned about the ordinary citizen. When I became an IAS officer in 1979, that is a government service, this is called the Indian Administrative Service. We are trained in a place called Mussoorie and we have an academy. When I crossed the gates of Mussoorie Academy, I decided there's only one reason why I'm in the government, and that is to listen to the heartbeat of the poor person and to solve his problems. I said there is no other way I'm going to be in this service. I said I occupy this seat in the government to listen to the poor and to sort out their problems. And I made it a point. If you ever came to my office, any of you, you would never see a board saying appointment time 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock when the officer is never there. I always kept my doors open. Anytime anybody could walk into my office or my home. Anybody who knows me know that. So my office was always a place where the voice of the voiceless could be heard. And this exactly, I think, are the fishermen. They have been chased around. Their natural habitat has been disturbed all around the world. And the natural place from where they catch fish, that's been all taken over by the big fish all around the world, chasing out the poor fishermen. Now, this cannot happen. This cannot continue to happen. We need to find solutions to these people. And these are the people who are the original owners of the sea. Yes or no? Yes? They are the original owners, the fishermen. In the name of creating civilization, in the name of creating cities, we drive out poor farmers, we drive out the deprived people who have nothing, we chase them out of our cities. Now, this is not a fair idea of development. I think this world is owned by everybody. Everybody has an equal ownership of this world, the resources of this world. But that's in theory. What really happens, in fact, is that the rich are able to grab all the land, all the resources, all the means of production. They grab the money and then they throw out poor people. Now, this is not an acceptable form of development. I mean, whatever is a theory. Let me tell you a small little incident when I was a district collector. Many of you may not know what is a district collector. It is like the governor of a district. One day, an 80-year-old lady walked into my house, the collector's house. I was in Kottayam in Kerala. And she shouted at me. She says, "This is the third time I'm coming to see you. You know, I have huge problem coming here. I had to change bus 3 times. I can't come alone. I need a help, so I need to seek the neighborhood girls' help to come here. So where were you? Why weren't you here in the office when I came to see you?" Well, then she says, the punchline, like in a movie, she says, "Government is giving you a car. Why can't you come and see me in my village?" Now, most bureaucrats anywhere around the world would have called the security officer and thrown this lady, shown her her place, shut the door on her. I smiled. In the evening, I told my wife that this 80-year-old lady had come and seen me, and she's asked me, she shouted at me and said, "Why don't you come and see me in my village?" And I said, this is a great idea. Ladies and gentlemen, here started one of the biggest revolutionary ideas in government administration, a mass contact program which won the highest UN award 2 years back for the government of Kerala. We started. What did we do? Very simple. I took my entire 2,000 officers of my district right to the village to see this lady and other people. But we just don't go without a notice. It's a 2-month preparation. We say we are coming to these 2 panchayats, these 2 villages. We are coming to this school. You file petitions regarding any complaint you have against the government. We should receive something like 5,000 petitions. We collect them, read them, and I mark it to my district officers and say, now, here are the petitions, 100 of them. You examine these and come to this village, to this school, to this room number, and please sort out these issues. Whatever is asked, the rule is very simple. Whatever is asked must be granted. If it's for a ration card, you can't say, come and collect it from the Taluk Supply Office tomorrow. It has to be delivered there. If it is for a land title, you can't say, come and collect it from the Revenue Office tomorrow. No, it has to be delivered there. Ladies and gentlemen, we used to sort out 5,000 petitions a day. It became a huge celebration in my village. This was done in my district, in all the villages in my district thrice. We heard, we gave a voice to the voiceless. We listened to people, and that is how one of the biggest, most revolutionary ideas in the history of governance took wings. And the idea came from an 80-year-old semi-literate lady. Now the lesson is simple. Are governments everywhere in the world, are they willing to listen to the poor, to the semi-literate, the voiceless? If they don't, they will collapse. They shall collapse someday. And the answer is very simple. Governments everywhere must listen to the citizen. You can't say, I'm creating wealth, therefore this is necessary. You move out. Sorry, no. That wealth has to be shared with people. Traditional fishermen, they must continue to have the opportunities to continue with their profession, to catch fish. And the big fish, big trawlers, sorry, oceans don't belong to you. The oceans belong to the fishermen, the poor fishermen. Move out. Don't interfere with these poor fishermen. I hope people across the world are listening. Today is the day when small people don't matter. Governments across the world are for the rich. But fortunately for me, I belong to a government in which the Prime Minister of India He is bringing the fruits of governance to the last man out there in India. We have created for the first time in the history of the world, we have opened an account for every poor man in this country. 300 million bank accounts have been created over the past 3 years in India. There's not one Indian today without a bank account, and government has transferred all the benefits which the government gives to the poor people directly to the poor people without a middleman. And today, up to now, we have transferred 2,35,000 crores worth of government benefits directly to the people of India, saving, cutting out all the middlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have created a huge revolution in India. May this dream of creating a new India, let it involve everybody, the poorest person on the street and the fisherman on the coast. And ladies and gentlemen, let this message from this conference, let this go to all the leaders of the world, people who matter, that the poor are important. In fact, they are the most important people, and the responsibility of the government is to look after the deprived. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very privileged to be invited here. Thank you very much.